Apologies for any excessive static noises that you hear. Welcome to the blind live stream of Divinity Original Sin on the Honor difficulty. Streamed live on YouTube on 26th of October 2021. Divinity Original Sin, Enhanced Edition, will be streamed for about 2 to 5 hours today. Thanks for watching. We'll be role-playing as a rogue and a wayfarer called Brimac and Affia respectively. On the Honor mode difficulty. We'll also be looking for secrets and items. Please be aware that this is a blind playthrough, so refrain from giving away any spoilers, advice, tips, suggestions, etc. Thank you. Please say hello in the chat and provide feedback. You will not be ignored and will receive a verbal response and a text response when the time is appropriate. Thanks for watching and patience. Also, if you do leave a message in chat and would like a response, please allow the message to be seen and responded. Please do not leave. Thanks. Chat will also appear on the video from YouTube. Please invite your friends to chat and watch. Please remember to check out the other videos on Kallian K's channel. Thank you. Divinity Original Sin, Enhanced Edition. Honor Mode. Blind Live Stream. Part 4.
Have we just teleported to a different dimension? What kind of evil sorcery is this? We need to prepare. I am going to try an experiment with my crafting. I am going to try and put things that I think will go together. I am curious, can I save space and just pour one of these poisons into one bottle to save space? Yes, it worked. I need to keep experimenting with different items and see how it goes. Okay, let us investigate this strange area. Be on your guard.
Terrible, terrible! It will consume us all!
This guy could be trouble.
By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious.
The end of space and time. Are you mad?
Perhaps my newfound comrade, but that is hardly our chiefest concern. We stand on a tiny vestige of space and time, and the ground is fast shrinking beneath our feet. It's good you appeared, however you did it, precisely when and where you did, or you might have found yourself free floating in empty space. Oh, but I suppose I should make a proper introduction. Zigzax the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is, and hopefully all that is to be.
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? Attempting to avert disaster, of course. Attempting to prevent all that is from disappearing. Tell me, friend, when I mentioned that this place is the end of time, did your heart quicken and your stomach drop? If not, they should have. Time ought to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened.
How can time come to an end?
Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens, and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
You know, I think that imp may be quite mad.
Then we had better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. Fantastic. Astounding. The portal. It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be? You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches! A light! This portal active once more! It cannot be coincidence!
Can we first discuss what we just witnessed through the looking lens?
Goodness me, how right you are! There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well.
You believe we are somehow connected to this plane?
It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one.
What lies beyond this portal?
Though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain.
Through the portal, then.
After you, after you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side. You first, but don't dilly-dally.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane?
If you are the Weaver of Time, I imagine you already know the answer to that.
If any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details of their comings and goings, I could describe them down to the minutest of details. But you are different. Of you I see nothing. I know nothing. So please, do tell me, how did you arrive here?
It was a stone, a strange stone that sapped us from where we stood in Rivellon to this plane among the stars.
A stone? So... it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well. Is that so?
Yes, that's just what happened. Have you seen it before?
Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source Hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are.
What is this Starstone, exactly? Where does it come from?
Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost, even to me.
I am curious, how did you know we are Source Hunters? Never mind.
Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes, though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all.
If these stones can heal history, we must seek them out.
Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the void. Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost? Come, come! I got something for you if you're up to the challenge. So, what do you think, Source Hunter? What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell! What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell! Come, come! I got something for you if you're up to the challenge. Come, come! I got something for you if you're up to the challenge. Come, come! I got something for you if you're up to the challenge. What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell! Come, you're up to the challenge. The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. Not just yet. No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
The Weaver of Time said our finding Starstone helps her weave the tapestry once more. How is that possible?
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
I have some questions for you.
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot!
If I'm supposed to search for this Starstone, it would be handy to know where to start looking.
Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet does not exist. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the Tapestry of Time. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world. Ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent. 2 more pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed, and consult with my agent.
I still don't understand how Starstone and the Void Dragon are related.
Neither do I, but the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that it and the Void Dragon are natural enemies. This in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving is more than an ornament to decorate the shelter plane. It is both history and future history. It is all of time. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of the void. Now, isn't that a lovely mission?
Let's change the subject. I'll take my leave.
Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent, my eyes and ears upon your world. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence. milady. Why are there two of us? Two beings that record all of history parallel to one another.
That is a good question, Zigzags. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides.
The Lady of Time, the weaver of history. I am your biggest fan, dear lady. Could I get your autograph?
It shall be my pleasure, Sir Imp. I'll embroider it in the first volume of your all-encompassing chronicles.
I wonder, do you know more about the Void? What it is? What lies at the heart of it?
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking time. How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem.
Please tell me about yourself, madam.
In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions. The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle without fault. Except, it seems, you.
There are more questions I have for you.
Ask, and I shall answer, if I can.
Who are you really?
I am the Weaver of Time, as I have told you. Though my existence is one that falls behind and yet far exceeds the verb to be. I am but what I am, and that is task. It is the same for the historian. Chroniclers both are we of the epics of eternity. Perhaps we are one and the same. Task multiplied by 2. Who has made us? I do not know. Why have they done so? I do not know. Am I the beginning? And am I to be the end? Who shall say? Perhaps I am the first thing in creation. Perhaps I am creation. Perhaps I am the creator. Or maybe it is you. You who makes dying stars rekindle. Time alone will tell.
Why is the star stone so important, and why does it react to me and my colleague alone?
Alas, the answers to those questions still elude me. You and Starstone remain the imperfections upon the tapestry. As yet. A hidden answer lies behind this veil of inscrutability, though. For the link between you and the stones reveals that your destinies are intertwined. I believe that starstones will not lead you to new places of wonder only. No, they will also lead to new knowledge through the restoration of the threads of old.
If I understand correctly, I'm not all featured on the canvas of time.
Quite so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance the blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed.
How can I redeem time if, as you say, I am not even part of it?
I think that perhaps you can redeem time, because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion an event I no longer held possible. Know that no longer I did weave. I sat here at the end of time and watched on as the void frays the fabric of time like a terrified god that fears the offspring of his own creations. But suddenly there was you. You who stirred the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars, they place new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time. New threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry. And because you give Starstone energy, it seems that you are creating time. These starstones, please, seek them so that time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all that lives and all that loves, seek them so that the void may yet devour itself alone.
I've heard this place called the end of time. Is that what it is? No more, no less.
What it is but a seed bereft of sun and water. What it could be, that is what the starstones will tell us. What it is but the end. What it could be is the end of ends. I reside in another realm altogether. But ever since the end of time appeared in these deep dark skies, I materialized here, as if forced to watch the one thing that is unwatchable, unendurable. A thankless task that you may yet free me from forever.
Let's change the subject. I'll take my leave.
Lady of Time, the weaver of history. I am your biggest fan, dear lady.
I am the last chest, the last chest, the last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it! Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each, you'll discover how to open me!
A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there 2 of us? 2 beings that record all of history parallel to one another.
That is a good question, Zigzags. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides.
I wonder, do you know more about the void? What it is? What lies at the heart of it?
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking time.
A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there 2 of us? 2 beings that record all of history parallel to one another.
That is a good question, Zigzags. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides.
So we are both creators of time. We need to find star stones that will help us destroy the void. The void that is being controlled by a dragon that wants to destroy time.
Could I get your autograph?
It shall be my pleasure, Sir Imp. I'll embroider it in the first place.
We have to find these star stones that are scattered in various places. We also still need to solve the murder. I wonder if they are both connected.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone.
Actually, our business at hand is the murder of Councillor Jake.
So it is, and so it should continue to be. For I suspect his foul murder and the plight of dying time are somehow interconnected.
Legs and run away?
Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way.
How did you find out Jake was a Starstone collector?
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, I snuck into his house and had a look around. The advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name.
Why is it so particularly nice for us to have found a shelter somewhere?
Don't we
Why is it
all
so
long for a
particularly
slut?
nice
Perhaps
for
I
us to have
speak
found
only
a
for
shelter
myself.
somewhere?
Not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance, save it all too seldomly. Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzags asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
Pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away? Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah.
Ahu presented us with a teleporter pyramid, but he seems to have misplaced its companion. We can find the second pyramid by using the one in our possession.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah.
So you're just hanging around in, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old bat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, come on, you chicken!
What happened to his corpse? Where is it? We need to open this chest. Break it open.
Looking good.
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store.
It's official. The Duke of Ferrol is the worst poet in Rivellon.
In his defense, not much rhymes with murder.
This letter is helpful but does not prove anything yet. Let's go and see the wife again.
Challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge.
Oh, my good man. Drink, if you please.
Please do keep shouting in my ear.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him.
I hadn't heard of another source hunter being assigned to Sicile. What are you doing here?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name.
Hunter's Edge.
There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either. The ones who've taken dark magic to new heights.
The likes of which I doubt you could even fathom.
What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
when you realize that
Who
reward
did you
money
say you
won't be
were?
lining
I
your
don't
pockets.
recognize you from the academy.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
Orcs attacked your village. How did you manage to escape?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands.
What's your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
What evidence of sourcing Sicil have you found this far?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thaleron for another. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
Tell me about Mayor Cecil.
Now don't get me wrong, I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law.
Tell me about Thaleron.
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker than splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead? Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
Tell me about the, feline menace.
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
So that's your proposition. You help us here in Sicil, and we help you take back your home village thereafter.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now. And the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
Fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this
Do I
felon.
seem like the sort who concerns myself with such?
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Medora.
Brimac, I am surprised. I thought you would argue. Nice to see you approve.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffron's, I dare say.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Brimac, we are going back to that woman in the cage. I want you to stay here. She looks like she could help us and I don't want you getting in the way.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match.
Watch out! I smell... Oh, the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. This time.
Come on, you chickens.
Mood for cheese? The excuse has more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes. Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Careful, comrades. I've seen sorcerers infuse even lowly fowl with dark enchantments.
My word! My word! Ha! My word!
Bravo! Yeehaw!
Perform Farmers, showmen, show all of them. Seal what you're made of. Apart from beer and flatulence.
Excellent! Let's keep it that way.
Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew.
Now, I pulled her off you before she
That's
could
it,
do any
troops.
real
Train up
damage.
while you can. The
Any
next
real
orcish
damage?
strike could
Joking.
land at any
I think
moment.
I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius! She bit me in the...
Say, Source Hunter, do you reckon the vendor's got any large, rather large, burlap sacks lying about? And where's the nearest river anyhow?
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we? Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get the shining recruits.
Sorry, Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get the shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Source Hunter. I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Attention!
There is little in our world more variable than the minds of men. It is the source of great beauty and much despair, and all of it is uniquely human.
It is difficult for me to claim humanity as you do. I'm still learning to see myself in the faces of those I meet. And those I meet do not always see themselves in me. It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get the shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Notch! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get the shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Now that we have an archer in a group, I can concentrate on my magic and let you deal with archery.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir! No, sir!
Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir! No, sir!
Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir! No, sir!
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir! No, sir!
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots that embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots will embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention!
Thank the Seven, we've secured the perimeter.
Pay the big cheese on your blood with a wheel of the good stuff.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Okay, the wife has some answers for us.
Ah, you return and humble me with your presence. Such a pleasure. Nay, honor. Ah, the fabulous five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Rivellon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started?
I'd like to enlist.
Of course, of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
Join the guild. Better the world. Earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in. We must think of our own futures. The Order of the Source Hunters will not provide for us forever.
I'm trying to get you out of a bad deal. Don't you see?
Where are the good stuff?
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Come now, Alistair. Thought you've met Brimac once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my passion and I linger at the long while biting my pipe.
Look careful now. Your head's growing all swollen and saffron, I dare say. Tomato.
Why do you always argue? You're so annoying.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine golden bag.
Orange, yellow, and green, the finest veggies Sidefield's ever seen.
Feed a big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let us see if you can choose the finest green.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
Let us see if you can choose the finest green.
No, we'll do as I say, and there's an end to it.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not dilly-dally. To business. Your first assignment is ready and waiting if you're ready and willing.
About my assignment, really I mean, our assignment.
The likes of which I doubt you could even...
Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not Fabulous 5 material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city, but many of his other researches failed, malfunctioned with tragic consequences. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus, a frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls and claim 100 lives before being subdued. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous 5. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money.
An adventurer named Mendius offered to let us join his guild, the Fabulous Five. We accepted and are eagerly awaiting our first assignment. Mayor Cecil has asked the Fabulous Five to destroy a rogue robot of ours that has taken over a northern cave. Mendius' first assignment for us is to clear the cave.
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you had better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claims.
This love letter seems kind of incriminating.
Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool! This letter, it was a show of passion. A poorly worded passion I did not echo in the least. The Duke, he's like a spoiled child. He's not a man. He's not like Septimus.
I've been told your husband collected something called Starstone. Care to elaborate?
Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare. So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so, milady. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark. My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda, dearest. I'm just doing my duty, you know, for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, milady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed.
Yes, this love letter was a wee clue. I still think those three mysterious people killed Jake. We still need more clues.
Legion's greetings, Hunter. You claim to possess evidence that implicates Lady Esmeralda in the murder of her husband? Well, let's have it then. There now, she was stringing Ferrol along. Ha! A pampered brat, that Duke, just like she says. Barks worse than his bite, no doubt. He'll be gone from here the instant he can, but I'll still be here, steadfast and by Milady's side. So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods. And what questions are those?
Assure assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to it.
What about Septimus? He could have killed Jake.
Thank the Seven, we've secured the perimeter.
It is a possibility.
Can you spare a coin?
Brimac, I want you to sneak inside and look for any clues. We will wait here.
Let me see if there is another way in.
Let me see if there is another way in.
Have some pity.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental?
Handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, and I...
Now this is valuable.
She has a lot of valuables. I think I will help my...
She has a lot of valuables. I think I will help myself.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so, milady. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
We'll have none of that, you hear? I suppose so, milady. But seeing that I'm
Polite,
neither married,
handsome, and
engaged,
single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire.
I've never bothered to inquire.
I'd be afraid alone in the dark. My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda, dearest. I'm just doing my duty, you know, for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, milady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed. We'll have none of that, you hear?
What do you think you're doing?
And now a stern chastisement in 3, 2...
I suppose so, milady. But seeing that I'm
Polite,
neither
handsome,
married,
and
engaged, or
single.
attached
Don't
in
go
any way,
anywhere tonight, Legionnaire.
I've never bothered to.
I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
What a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda, dearest. I'm just doing my duty. For the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, my lady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed.
A book about setting up the perfect crime.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry, lady. We Legionnaires are highly trained soldiers who fear neither orc nor demon.
Oh, but what if you were to be ambushed, caught unawares? Oh, catch me, for I might faint. So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached anyway, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark. My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Miss Brown. I'm just doing my duty. For the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero.
So that's what that did.
There is a bloody dagger here.
A bloody dagger? Could this have been involved in the crime?
I better tell Affia.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda dearest. I'm just doing my duty, you know, for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may...
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I never envisioned.
There's no experience to be won from pestering me with vapid flattery.
You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Ah, cruel fortune.
I think I found the murder weapon in this book.
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Have some pity.
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal what you're made of. Fear and flatulence.
Have some pity.
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Can you spare a coin?
You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big they do.
Have some pity.
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Have some pity.
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Sightseer, what you're made of. Beer and fractions.
Can you spare a coin?
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Sightseer, what you're made of.
Kicking another bucket. Planning the Perfect Murder. By Emma. Giggles. Winner of the Assassin's Guild's Brass Knuckle Award. Preface. So you have determined to take a life. My sincerest congratulations. Savor this moment, friends. Taste the sweetness of the feeling that grows in your belly. Soon, you will have sent a soul flying into the ether. Your hand alone will have caused the fabric of existence to have undergone a permanent and undeniable change. You are preparing to undertake the most exquisite endeavor of your life, and you'd be remiss not to luxuriate in every surrounding moment. Chapter the first. Selecting your target. There are several questions to consider when determining which life is best to seize. The following are but a few to consider. Is the head of your intended victim sufficiently round and symmetrical to make an impressive mounted trophy? Does he or she have hair of sufficient length and health to spin into a lovely yarn for darning socks or throws rugs? Will his or her hide provide for supple shoes, bags, and belts of a color that suits your eyes? Chapter the second. Choosing a modus operandi. Selecting the method with which to carve, strangle, or pierce your victim is in itself more a matter of art and of soul than of fact and science. Arrows are fine for sportive types. A dagger turns the carpet red as a valentine. Suffocation behoves lovers and mothers. Poison compliments a bitter heart. In the end, select a method you believe best accomplishes the moral and spiritual effects you desire. Chapter the third. Execution. The most important and delectable step in any murder, dear reader, is the moment of execution. By this I do not mean the brute force of the violence, if a violent method you have chosen, or the interim, ever agonizing, between the administration of poison and the first sign of its effects. No, the moment to which I refer is that precise event when life flees from the victim and the eyes transfigure, light to dark, flashing to still, bright to dumb. This is the holy minute, the minute when the act materializes, complete, no longer planned or attempted, but completed. This is the moment during which you write your name in the sky, for you have done something that, like the stars, cannot be undone. Chapter the fourth. The afterglow. Now, the moments after the execution are hardly the time to worry about practicalities. No, this is your time to quietly reflect, to enjoy your transformed self, your transformed place within the cosmos. Make yourself a cup of tea, if you please, or light a pipe. The details can wait. When you find yourself fully refreshed, you might consider what to do with the once person whose remains you must now inter or preserve, as is your pleasure. The easiest and most classical means of disposal is, of course, to bury the remains, but think long and hard about precisely which remains to bury. The civilized among us know full well that waste is a sure sin, so if there is yet some function that may be wrought from the once person's remains, it is imperative that you do so. Might not a local tanner, down on his luck, thank you for a length of virgin leather? Do you not deserve some special token, a keepsake, for your labors? Once these matters have been attended to, You might concern yourself with removing the dregs of your efforts from your sight. A freshly rained upon bog is ideal, though a freshly dug grave in your local cemetery will hardly notice a bit of additional rubbish tucked in below the intended casket. Epilogue. If you have successfully completed your endeavor, you might find yourself wondering after and planning for the next. This is a natural and desirable result of executing, as you have learned, the perfect murder. The author wishes you luck and satisfaction as you explore your newfound passion. Remember, until you've reached a dozen, you've hardly scratched the surface.
What you're made of, apart from beer and flatulence. Cruel fortune. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of. Beer and flatulence. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of. Come one, come all, can't you hear the stage calling you? Can you spare a coin? You there, you look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Yes, we should go and talk to her.
Come on, come all, can't you hear the stage calling you? Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of. Beer and flatulence. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of. Beer and flatulence. Have some pity. You there, you look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. You there, you look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Seal, what you're made of. Come one, come all, can't you hear the stage calling you? You there, you look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
some pity.
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his debut. Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? Performers! Showmen! Show all of them! Sightseer, what you're made of! Dear flatulence.
Can you spare a coin?
Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Have some pity.
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Sightseer, what you're made of. Dear flatulence. Come on! Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. stage calling you. Ah, cruel fortune. You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose...
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
Let's discuss your husband's murder.
So, what piece of irrefutable evidence are you about to present me with this time?
I found your book about planning the perfect murder.
Oh, that horrid tome of ill repute. It isn't mine, it was Jake's. He was a politician, don't you see? Always on the lookout for plotting rivals. Always trying to be one step ahead. Really, I should have thought a source hunter of all people would appreciate my dear husband's sense for survival.
Care to explain this bloodied knife?
Perhaps it is you who should explain your presence in my cellar. And the dagger? It's simply a butcher knife used by my late husband to cut meat. He did so love to cook, the dear. What'll you think of next? Accusing me of bashing him over the head with a frying pan?
We found so much evidence against you. Had you not better confess?
But all of it is circumstantial. I've a perfectly logical explanation for every piece of so-called evidence against me, and yet you've been trailing me like a bloodhound. People seem to want to believe I am guilty, so let me tell you something I've been keeping to myself. Perhaps it may yet lead to the true culprit. Over the last few months, Jake grew distant and dark somehow. Something in him changed. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he was no longer the gentle man he used to be. In fact, he scared me. It all began the day he met Evelyn, Master Theliron's apprentice. She healed him of what we all believed to be a fatal wound he suffered hunting boars. I think he became obsessed by her, or obsessed by the secrets I just know she holds. Talk to this woman. There is more to her than meets the eye. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she belongs to that sect. You know, to those who worship a goddess without name and practice rituals of blood.
Tell me about Evelyn.
I never liked her from the moment I met her. Men cannot see past her beauty, but I have gazed her in the eye, and it was death that leered back at me. She hails from Silverglen, a village in the forest north of Sicil. How she made it past the undead without a legion escort, I'll never know. Though I can hazard an eerie guess. If anyone killed my Jake, it must be her. She had her claws in him for many long months, and finally she must have cut too deeply. So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached that way.
We should go and talk to this Evelyn.
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Sicil, what
The captain might know more about Evelyn.
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Sicil's ramparts.
The Legion stands at the ready. You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party. Thank you for heeding my words of warning, Hunter. Sicil needs you. Needs you alive and well.
Those folks that embarrass a bridge troll get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Hello, thanks for watching. This is the end of the stream.